Well, anyway, look. Facebook finds UK-based fake news network. Now, the way that fucking... I don't really look into headlines as much as I should do. Because I'm more about... I don't know, ripping on stuff. But look at that. Look at that as a fucking... Look at that as a headline. Now, in the public consciousness, they've had it drilled into them about Russian bots and Russian bot farms and fucking, you know, there's troll farms and this shit. You know, there's like these fucking... And I tell you what, Homeland didn't do no favors when they actually had a troll farm. You ever see that series of Homeland? Not the last one, but the one before, where it had like the Alex Jones character in it. God, I hate doing that. Why am I doing that? Ugh. They had this Alex Jones character in it. And he's operating a troll farm, and like it's being funded by the CIA to spread misinformation. I actually think that there's these fucking troll farms out there and shit. Like, I don't know, maybe there are somewhere, but like this. So this is in the public consciousness. Like, there's these troll farms, and there's these fucking loads of Russians there, and they're fucking spreading all kinds of shit. They're telling you not to vaccinate your kids, and telling you to be a racist, and telling you not to be racist. Oh, I'm so fucking confused. And to be fair, I know where some of the theories about these troll farms come from. The manipulation of information. If you watch Hypernormalization, Adam Curtis documentary, he poses this argument about how we're living in this new era of hypernormalization, which is a term coined but in Soviet Russia years ago, how we were just pretending everything's fine even though it's all crumbling around us. And he was saying, you know, I can't remember the guy's name, but he was an advisor to Putin who sort of created strategy. He was a strategy man. He came from the arts world, like an avant-garde arts guy, and he'd just basically went around funding opposing groups. So he'd fund like Nazi skinheads and then fund anti-Nazis or whatever, or he'd fund gay rights activists and anti-gay rights activists. You know, he'd fund them all, just creating this weird. So like, just everyone's going against each other, ignoring what the government are doing. So I can see with the theory about Russian bots doing it, because they kind of got a bit of form with it. So like the Russians are, you know, supposedly they got Russian bots, and they, you know, so bring up well, it's like pro Black Lives Matter, anti Black Lives Matter. That's in the campaign, not actually Black Lives, because only nutters would think stuff like that. But you know, you had these opposing sides. I can see the theory of why it'd be Russians, because they got form to it. But the fact is, I just don't believe half this fucking Russian robot shit. But it's been pushed into our minds that anything that gets shared, that's nonsense. Like any sort of fake news type business that you see, any nonsense, must be something down to some sort of organized network like this, a fake news network, as if it's some big conspiratorial, like Spectre and fucking James Bond. They got all these people that go, yeah, well, we are the fucking trolls of chaos, man. Like, you know, there's thousands of them in this fucking room. They're all fucking hooded, got black hoods on, and drinking baby's blood or something. This is what they're trying to convince you's going on. Like, they're more like what I just said, like what I've said before about certain things about liberties getting taken away, and it's like, oh well, you got to see what's going on. Like that, I think to myself, I sounded like a bit of a conspiratorial nut job. But then they'll push this onto you, going, no, there's these Russian troll farms, and they're controlling your brains. No opinion is yours. It's been pushed into you. Well, hell, motherfucker. So it's like sharing a bit of fake news, right? Some untrue news. Like half the fucking supposed legitimate news sites online are all fucking full of fakery, and even legitimate ones that have been respected for years, pushing absolute bullshit. So like, but no, apparently it's Russian robots. It's troll bots in some fucking bunker, like with an all-seeing eye above them. It's fucking Saurons. Work, my pretties! Spread the fake news! Make them confused! Like, it's like, really? Like, these are conspiracy theories you're pushing on us, you're making us think. Because, and let's get into this, because, you know, I'm fired up. Fired up off that Merlot, motherfucker. That's the most ungangster statement of 2019 already. So, yeah, finds UK-based fake news network. It's like a network of spies or paedophiles, isn't it? Oh, those networks. Watch out for those networks, mine. Facebook has removed more than 130 accounts, pages, and groups, it says, were part of a UK-based misinformation network. Now, when you Put it in those terms, a misinformation network. It sounds really like, oh my god, a misinformation network. It sounds like some fucking spy shit, right? Propaganda, government organized, government approved, maybe black ops spy shit. The company said it was the first time it had taken down a UK-based group targeting messages at British citizens. The same group set up pages posing both as far-right outlets and anti-fascist activists. Okay, fair enough. Now, obviously, this looks like the tactics that I sort of talked about earlier, right? So Facebook said it had shared its discovery with law enforcement and the government. Well, good for you. The group was able to gain followers by setting up innocent-looking pages and groups. It later renamed them and started posting politically motivated content. MP Damien Collins, who chairs a committee investigating fake news. Wow, you've got to read a lot of news. You might as well have you should set up a group investigating real news. It'd be so much easier. Said it was the tip of the iceberg. What iceberg? The iceberg of discontent. Now look at this. This is in tweeting. When Facebook looks for fake accounts spreading disinformation and other harmful content, it finds them. The trouble is that it doesn't look often enough. This is probably only the tip of the iceberg. Facebook finds UK-based fake news network. Right, and he's referencing this article. This is like a fucking space-time continuum bullshit. He's linked to this article, and yet this is in this article. God, it's a crazy time to be alive when you just update articles like that, innit? Whoo, sends people crazy. That does, right? Hate speech. Isn't that the buzzword of the moment? Free speech, hate speech. Hate speech. Isn't that a term you're tired of? Are you tired of hate? I'm tired. I'm tired of... These are the terms you should be tired of by now. Hate speech, free speech. It's social justice warrior. Ugh, so tired of that term. Alt-right, tired, bored. What other terms are there that I'm really bored of? That everyone should be bored of. God, there's other ones, isn't there? White supremacy, racism. Racism is tired of it. And that's been around for donkey's years. Facebook said about 175,000 people followed at least one of the fake pages, which included 35 profiles on Instagram. So I don't see how it could be a fake page. What determines a fake page? Like, I got countless pages on Facebook. Like, I got a YouTube channel. I got pages for different project ideas that I just gave up on, and what's the stuff that I still do. Like, you could set up a page about anything just for fucking fun. It's easy to set up a Facebook page. It's a piece of piss. Like, you can set up a page called fucking Wonder Woman is really Myra Hindley, and just have that as just a laugh. Like, what is a fucking fake page? A fake? What, it doesn't exist? It's a weird thing to say. It's a fake page. What's a fake page? How do you define what a fake page is? What's the definition? What's your criteria to call it a fake page? Right, so the company said pages engaged in hate speech and spread divisive comments on both sides of the political debate in the UK. Now, they said this twice. So they're posing, but of course they said posing as far-right outlets and anti-fascist activists. I know how they say like far-right and anti-fascist instead of far-left, but there you go. They frequently posted about local and political news, including topics like immigration, free speech, there's that buzzword again, racism, another buzzword, LGBT issues, another one, far-right politics, I mean that's still a buzzword, issues between India and Pakistan, very current, and religious beliefs including Islam, and Christianity. Now, probably the most ones I've seen, if anything that I've seen that is like divisive shit, is mostly, I'd say, far left stuff about mainly Tory government. I've seen some really blatant lies, like the best one is like, which no one came out and apologized for sharing. These people I've seen on Facebook who are just fucking, always flapping their gums about how superior they are morally and intellectually when they ain't shit. Like, I know I talk a lot of gob, but I know where my fucking intelligence and moral compass lies. This is entertainment, bitch. Right? There's one about, Tories saying, that they declared animals non-sentient beings, and everyone just fell for it. Right? And that's fucking fake as fuck. It's far left propaganda. And the other ones you see, are, there's definitely Muslim, anti-Muslim ones. I say are the worst that you see, definitely. Still, not as much as it used to be, but there used to be a lot more of it. It's sort of died down past few years, but like around 2014, 2015, definitely it was like rampant. But then like terrorist attacks were fucking rampant then. Like they just escalated. When ISIS were getting big, terrorism fucking escalated. It's died down again. And so the memes. But I'd say that's the sort of stuff I see most often that I'd go, yeah, that's some fake shit being pushed around by. And you'd find, I spent a lot of time, when Britain first came on the radar, I spent a lot of time looking into these just really bad, awful far right pages, like stuff like the Knights Templar and like fucking like England face eaters. I don't know, just stuff like just loads of Knights Templar is one I definitely remember. There was a lot of them. I looked at a lot of them with this really stark Christian. A lot of it had Christianity imagery, Christian imagery, and just sort of medievals. It looked just dark. You look at it and go, there's nothing. If you're going to be anti-Islam, right, and there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with being anti-Islam. There's nothing wrong with being anti-Christianity. There's nothing being wrong with, well, can't say other ones because they have protections. No, I'm joking. But like, there's nothing wrong with being opposed against religion at all. And if you want to set up some sort of group going, this stuff is bullshit and it's not good. Like I'm totally cool with it. I'm totally cool with it, and anyone should be, because this is supposedly a free. Well, it's not a free society anymore. Who are we kidding? But it's the way you fucking go about it. If you're going to criticize something, don't lie about it. Look at the nuances. Admit that there's actually good values in there. It's like you get with the far right when they look at Islam. Everything's bad about Islam. Like, I know they're saying, you never hear them going, well, this is all right. It's like, I don't know why I always do that voice as the far right. Maybe I should do a different voice. I'll do a posh little pipsqueak who goes to university. No, this is okay. I don't know, that'll fuck with you. Like, no, it's always, this is all bad, this is all bad, this is all bad. But at the same time, you get people on the far left who will look at, or even moderate lefties maybe, but like far left people who look at anything slightly right of the centre, or now it's sort of slightly left of the centre now. And they won't like anything about that. So there's nothing good about conservative values. Really, motherfucker. There's not one thing. Everything that's a conservative value is a dirty word to people on the far left, and everything about Islam is a dirty word to people on the far right. It's like, really? Everything they do, every moral code they have is gone. I know it sounds like, but that's how they fucking go about themselves. They could never go say anything good. This is bad, isn't it? It doesn't matter. Even if they agreed with it, when they find out where it came from, they'll be like, no, oh, no, that's bullshit. No, I hate that. Like, these people are fucking morons. They're just fucking idiots. Like, they just got no free thought. They're just brainwashed simpletons. There's no other way to describe them. A good dictator would come in here and gassed a lot of them. That's what they do. That's what they used to do. That's what dictators used to do. Go, well, these are all idiots. Let's just kill them all. Or they'd just be hateful people like Hitler and just kill people for the wrong reasons. Oh, there's no right reasons to kill people. I know I'm going a bit OTT on this thing. I'm just saying, like, there's just too many fucking idiots around. Like, don't even know what the bigger picture is. Like, just look at the moon on a full moon and go, oh my God, I am so insignificant. Why am I running my mouth? That's all I ask from you. But I'm saying, so that's the sort of thing you see going around. Anyway, I just went off on a tangent. I'm in a tangent mood. Fuck yourselves. Let's get back to it. But anyway, but my main point is, if you want to have, an anti thing as well, why don't you have a nice way? Because I've never seen anything that criticised Islam that was like sort of looked, just looks healthy. I don't know. just if you're going to criticise it, have it look presentable. If you want to criticise something, make it look presentable. That's way. Let's just just think about it. Don't have fucking images of Jesus and stuff. It's crazy. We're taking down these pages and accounts based on their behaviour, not the content they posted. The behavior, not the content. In each of these cases, the people behind this activity coordinated with one another and used fake accounts to misrepresent themselves, and that was the basis for our action. So how are they misrepresenting themselves? That's the key. What are they saying? Are they saying they're the BBC? Or are they saying we are the fucking Muslim Brotherhood? Like, what are they saying they are? With the Anti-Defamation League, and they're sharing, pictures of Hitler looking super chill. What is the misrepresentation? And they got a picture here, but I can't really see it. This is called Politicalized. 1 in 10 gay Christians bullied by other LGBT people because of their faith. Goes to link. 1 in 10 gay Christians bullied, blah blah blah. So one of the posts tried to create tension between Christians and LGBT people. Now, how do you know it's like? Now, obviously, the only way they know if it was trying is if it was if they were taking money, as Facebook always does, for Facebook ads, because Facebook ads are so well targeted. You can do it down to, you could probably, you probably do it. I've always wanted to do it, but you can be bothered and spend the money. But like, you could narrow it down probably to such a microcosm. You could probably just advertise to someone you wanted to piss off, like one person. I'm pretty sure you could probably do that. You probably get another few people involved, but like, you could get it so fucking niche, you definitely reach them. So, but then they've made that so. So by having things to tick boxes, who do you want to advertise to? Muslims and anti-gays. or to the Christians and pro-gays. Like, what the fuck? Like, whatever it was. You know what I mean? Like, but then you look at this thing here, which now this is where we know we're dealing in fucking bullshit territory. Because they're saying, oh, posing is this and posing is that. But when you look at this, so another Facebook post tried to insult leftists. Now, what on earth is wrong with this? And what on earth is wrong with a leftist seeing this? Like, what is it? Because they know they can't take fucking jokes? I mean, that's I'm not saying that, but that's like the general consensus these days, isn't it? That fucking ultra-left people are just totally humorless. Being a leftist is easy. You don't have to know anything. I like the way they've blanked out her face. Who is that? Who is that they had to blank out her face? As if it said, it's like it said, this girl's a whore, takes it in any fucking holes. She's a bug-chasing whore at that. She loves HIV, give it to... Like, it's not like... It's not... I just say... Just repeat what you see and hear on BBC TV and radio, and if anyone disagrees with you, call them a racist. Like, that is like so legitimate. That's like such a true thing. That's so real. But that's so real. How is this? Isn't even fake. And I like the way the BBC put it in because it's got them mentioning it. Do you see what I'm saying? This is some bullshit. This is where I'm sniffing. I'm smelling bullshit right now. This fucking network. What is this network, I ask you? And look at this. Facebook said the pages had spent about $1,500, so about $1,140, not the rates I'm getting, pal, on advertising between them. The earliest advert was placed in December 2013, the most recent in October 2018. That's like 5 years, and they only spent £1,100 over 5 years on Facebook ads. Do you know how much 25 quid will reach? It will reach about like 24,000 people or something like that. Roughly 18,000 people, potentially. That's like not enough to cause much shit. There's not a lot. There's not a lot of loads of different pages as well, spreading all kinds of different. So that's not even. And they're saying, what are these? An actual collect. So no, this is the network. And how many pages were involved? Oh no. So Facebook said it had not completed its review of the organic content coming from these accounts. Separately, the company has also removed 31 pages, groups and accounts for engaging in coordinated inauthentic behavior in Romania. What the fuck's going on right? These accounts, not linked to the UK network, posted biased news in support of the Social Democratic Party. These accounts posted biased news in support... As if any news content that comes out of most of the big media corporations, especially online, isn't fucking biased. What, are you insane? You see, we don't know this. They're not listed on these pages. If anyone knows like what these pages might be, I'd be very curious to find out. Biased content. Now the lines are so fucking blurred now between what is fake, what is real. It's just ridiculous. And now they can do this. They can do this and just remove it and go, oh, these are fake pages. It's a coordinated network to spread discontent. This is just a fucking meme. This is a meme. All right, it's a political meme, but so what? What the fuck? Because surely this is the stuff that they should be showing you that makes you go, oh my god, they can't be spreading that. And this is it. This is what you give us. Because I really hope there's worse stuff. I really hope there's like some gravitas to this whole move, and that the fact that you needed to report on this, and that this guy Damian Collins felt he needed to say that this was a big problem. Do you know what I mean? Spreading this discontent as if everyone, it is a case of where the government thinks that everyone is an idiot and can't make up their minds for themselves. And I know I could say people are crazy and people are fucking idiots all the time, but at the same time, I'm not the fucking government, am I? Like I said, don't put me in charge, because people can think for themselves. People do often surprise you as well, in both ways. You know, life is a balance of darkness and light. Any sort of thing can happen. So this is why I'm not in charge, because I'd be a ruthless dictator. You know, everyone would have to. I'd have to have sex with all your wives. You know, I would have that law. I'd just do it. I'd do it. I'd have statues of myself everywhere. You don't want someone like me in charge. Not good. But when I'm looking at, you know, when I'm looking at the powers that be and they're acting like this, I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. Like, this is, what is this? Being a leftist is easy. And this is a problem, is it? That meme's a problem. This is a problem. Like, there better be worse things going on here than they've shown. This is what makes me so suspicious. So you've had the Veritas thing about, you know, alleged deboosting of like right-wing platforms. This claims that it's like both sides of the spectrum, but I just don't think it is. I don't, because they would have shown, because all these buzzwords they put here: immigration, free speech, racism, LGBT issues, far-right politics, issues between India and Pakistan, religious beliefs including Islam and Christianity, all seem to be sort of right-leaning topics. That's the buzzwords for the right. Do you know what I'm saying? These are like considered to be right-wing buzzwords right now. LGBT issues obviously can be left-wing buzzword, but I'm saying like I just can't see them even if it was a fake account, banning anything that was like pro-LGBT consistently. Like, even if it wasn't a network, I just don't see it. Like, but then they must, give them the benefit of the doubt, they must know who's being targeted. And you'd think that they had a smart enough algorithm to work out if people are being strategically targeted by the same groups. Or maybe they just want people to be a bit nuanced and see both sides of the argument. Who knows? But to see the slippery slope of this is what I'm talking about. Like, this is like, I mean, who's decided and what is it? Because just looking at that and just looking at little bits, they're just bits and pieces. But there's enough of these bits and pieces in this article just to make me go, it seems like it's a clampdown, extra clampdown, more of a clampdown. You know, you can mock Russia for making disrespecting the government illegal. It's coming for you too, bitch. You know? I'm saying. And you're going to let this happen. You're going to let this happen. Just let it all go away. Forget about it all. But the more and more, like, too many things are happening recently that, you know, even with the UK porn block, the ID card you got to buy. Recently, too much shit is happening that it just all seems very. It's just all happening. There's way too much going on. There's way too much happening. Just these little things, little droplets are here, little drops are there. Of just a bigger picture of bullshit. It's just getting like really crap, like really crap. Like yeah, just too many things are happening. Just too much. It's just one thing after another. And like I said, forget about all this shit with Tommy Robinson, who's hijacked freedom of speech. The opportunist that he is. But you know, that's all part of it as well. That's very interesting what they do, what's happening with him after he went against the BBC, especially because you know, the documentary wasn't you know, he says it's the greatest expose of the BBC. Well, someone needs to do a better expose. But but you know, he did wind him up as a counter hit piece and a wind up job. It was very effective, and like they've coordinated and gone against it. I just think there is just any sort of dissension against certain things. This is what I'm saying, because you're going to let people like Tommy Robinson, who are just career opportunists, not hijack, but sort of become the focal point as the mouthpiece for this shit. And then it makes because in the mindset of most, you know, if you talk about normies, normal people, and you talk about very left-leaning or centrist-leaning people, central left-leaning people, they're not gonna like a cause. They're not gonna like any buzzwords or cause that's attributed to him. That's just a fact. He probably has won a lot of people round to thinking he's okay over the years, but not enough for him to be the mouthpiece. So someone else needs to step up, like someone who can bring that side of it in as well and say, look, do you not get what the fuck's going on here? Like, because a lot of this stuff is not cool. And they'll come for you too. Oh, that's how it goes, man. All starts off real nice. Have you not read anything? Have you not? Go buy some books. Shit. Go read The Art of Seduction first. You can read the 48 Laws of Power. It's very interesting and informative. And it's interesting from a historical point of view as well. But like, read Robert Greene's other book. Well, he's got a lot of other books, but like especially The Art of Seduction. Now, it's written as it is like a seduction manual, but it's not. It's historical, and it's very enlightening. And once you've read it and you see the way people conduct themselves, especially people in public and, you know, public figures and celebrities and blah 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 blah, it's like suddenly they are just transparent. You're like, oh my god, they're doing that thing. Read that and then watch people fucking talk, and then you'll know what the fuck's going on. Like, with these motherfuckers. I mean, Tommy Robinson is a very good case in study of the impassioned way he brings people in with his speeches. He's a very clever man. People say he's a moron. No. I don't think his supporters are morons either. I just think he's just jumped onto the right causes to bring other people in. That's why other people, if you don't like, I keep saying this, if you don't like him, and you don't like what he stands for, and you don't like, I'll talk about the stuff that you shouldn't like that he stands for, the stuff that you shouldn't like, because you should be fine with the freedom of expression and all that shit that he's sort of grabbed hold of and got onto. But like I said, if you don't like him, then start fucking speaking out and stop giving him the power. This is how it works. Step up, bitch. God damn, I've stepped up. I'm here. Doing my part. Laughing at R. Kelly for half an hour. I'm doing my bit. Are you? Oh, man.